So apparently free speech warriors are free speech absolutists until you criticize them. Recently, I believe Candace Owens said that Israel is genociding the Gazan people, which they are, and they've constantly said it. But now Elon Musk is on the receiving end as he filed a strategic lawsuit against public participation, aka a SLAPP law. Now, he's also filed a Media Matters lawsuit. I don't know how far that is, but he filed it in federal court in Texas so that they cannot use the state lawsuit against as a defense, which was successful in this case against the Center for Countering Digital Hate. As soon as Elon Musk took over the platform, we all knew that it was going to be a shit show. After talking about his anti-wokeness bullshit and the fact that his own daughter won't speak to him, he decided to blame wokeness rather than being a shitty father. A lot of conservatives would rather blame some nebulous, unquantifiable bullshit than the actual bullshit of their parenting. So let's go into this CNN. It is from CNN and it's titled, Judge Tosses Elon Musk Case Against Hate Speech Watchdog in Excoriating Rebuke. It's by Brian Fung. A federal judge on Monday threw out a lawsuit by Elon Musk's Twitter, I'm not going to call it that Violetta, that had targeted a watchdog group for its critical reports about hate speech on the social media platform. In a blistering 52-page order, the judge blasted X's case as plainly punitive rather than about protecting the platform's security and legal rights. Sometimes it's unclear to know what is driving litigation, wrote District Judge Charles Breyer of the U.S. District Court for the 9th District of California in the order's opening lines. Other times the complaint is so unabashedly and vociferously about one thing that there can be no mistaking that purpose. This case represents the latter circumstance. This case is about punishing the defendants for their free speech. Twitter's lawsuit has accused the Center of Countering Digital Hate, CCDH, of violating the company's terms of service when it studied and then wrote about hate speech on the platform following Musk's takeover of Twitter in October of 2022. Twitter has blamed CCDH's reports, which showcase the prevalence of hate speech on the platform, for amplifying brand safety concerns and driving advertisers away from the site. In the suit, Twitter claimed that it had suffered tens of millions of dollars in damages from CCDH's publication. CCDH is an international nonprofit with offices in the UK and the US. Because of its potential to destroy the watchdog group, the case has been widely viewed as a bellwether for research and accountability on Twitter, as Musk has welcomed back prominent white supremacists and others to the platform who had been previously suspended when the platform was still a publicly traded company called Twitter. In December, for example, Musk restored the account of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who lost a $1.5 billion judgment, who spread false theories about a school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut that killed 20 children and 6 educators. The judge's ruling Monday also illustrates the limits of Musk's claim to be a free speech absolutist. On Monday, Breyer wrote that the CCDH's writing about Twitter's unquestionably constitutes an exercise of the group's free speech rights and that the group makes a compelling case that this data scraping from Twitter was news gathering in furtherance of CCDH's protected rights. He also said that he was concerned about the litigation and bad faith and denied the company an opportunity to amend and refile its breach of contract claim. The court is concerned with Twitter's desire to amend its breach of contract claim as a dilatory move, forcing CCDH to spend more time and money defending itself before it can hope to get out from under this potentially ruinous litigation, he wrote. He added that it would be wrong to let them amend its suit when the damages it now alleges and the damages it would like to allege are so problematic and when Twitter Corp's motivation is so clear. To fight the allegations, CCDH partly relied on a California law whose purpose is to safeguard defendants from frivolous lawsuits intended to chill their speech. California's law against strategic lawsuits against public participation, or SLAPP laws, is among the toughest in the nation. On Monday, Breyer wrote that the California anti-SLAPP law forbids plaintiffs such as Twitter from getting around the statute through artifices of pleading, such as breach of contract claims. In a February hearing to consider CCDH's motion to dismiss the case, Breyer mocked Twitter's arguments as vapid and said that Twitter notably did not file a defamation claim against the nonprofit. He repeated that criticism in Monday's ruling. If CCDH's publications were defamatory, that would be one thing. But Twitter has carefully avoided saying that they are, Breyer wrote. He also added that Twitter wishes to have it both ways, trying to impose punishing damages on CCDH without having to clear the high bar of a defamation suit. The judge's dismissal of the suit sends a strong message, said Imran Ahmed, CCDH's CEO, in a message on the platform. CCDH hate has one dismissal on all counts against Elon Musk's corporation's outrageous and hypocritical SLAPP suit to silence our research, he wrote. The ruling sends a strong message to those who aim at intimidating and silencing independent research. In a separate statement, Ahmad added, "We hope this landmark ruling will embolden public interest researchers everywhere to continue and even intensify their vital work of holding social media companies accountable for the hate and disinformation they host and the harm they cause." Twitter, meanwhile, said in a statement posted to its platform that it disagrees with the court's decision and plans to appeal. Remember when I talked about Media Matters and the fact that they're getting sued in federal court in Texas? Texas does have a SLAPP law, but the reason that they're putting it in federal court is because, one, Legal pointed this out when he talked about the lawsuit that I'm talking about. You can check out his video also. But he said that the reason that Musk is taking this to federal court in Texas is because they can't use the state SLAPP law, but the Fifth Circuit is just so outrageous that even the conservative supermajority Supreme Court has held a lot of their has vacated some of their rulings while it has run its course through the Fifth Circuit. So the Fifth Circuit is Elon Musk's saving grace here, and they hope that a favorable ruling by the Fifth Circuit Court would be something that, if the Supreme Court denies appeal, that a favorable ruling from Twitter would be held in place. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode here. Have a great one. Talk to you soon.